Hello everyone, good afternoon to you all. Shall I keep this on or shall I keep it on? Okay, thank you. What an honor. I begin with respected Pu Khaimong Changloy, Chief Guest, President Kuki Inpi, Manipur, Chief Host, Lempo Hokim President, Kuki Inpi, Chuchanpo, Reverend Stephen Chintatang, Secretary, Presbyterian Church of India, General Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor it's been for me personally. I thank you all for having invited me for this book release function. I am deeply humbled by the very generous words the professor, the T.T. Hockey, head of the Department of Political Science, Nehru, has said about me, and also the President. I have no more to thank you all. And whatever I am written in this is just straight from my heart. I have not done any favor. There is no exaggeration. I have just written the truth as it is. Now, before we commence, I would like to thank all the organizers for putting up such an efficient and lovely program, very organized. I was here 3 days before just to see where the function is being organized, and then when I looked at it, it didn't look like there is going to be any function, but within a matter of 24 hours, they have transformed the whole place. It shows how efficient and how organized you people are. But today is a very, very auspicious day for so many reasons, and one of the reasons is it is the Army Day, 15th January is the Army Day, when late Field Marshal Cariappa became the first Army Chief, Indian officer to become the Indian Army Chief on this day in 1949. And in India, whenever it rains, it's a very auspicious day. And it brings in a lot of prosperity. I hope it does. And last but not the least, it's a very historic and personally very satisfying day for me, because on this day I am releasing this book, Anglo-Kuki War. And it is my small, humble gift to the people, the Kukis, who deserve this piece of justice for a long, long time, which has been awaiting them. I would like to inform you that my daughter who lives in London, one of my daughters who lives in London, yesterday she called me up and she says she is also a writer and she also works for an MNC. She was going to Amazon and I had not told her. She saw the book advertisement. She ordered for it and she got it. She was the first one to buy the book there. And for her it was a big surprise. She said, I didn't know, you had become a writer. So I was so honored. My daughter is the first one to buy this. So Kuki book is already in the streets of London. I want to tell you. And the other one is my brother who lives in Michigan in US. He said the same thing. He said this morning, I saw your book, wonderful book and achievement. He said we have already ordered 5 copies for him and his friends to be gifted. And my other cousin who lives in Houston, he said the same thing. And he said the book is not even released. So it will already there. cookies are making waves. Now, before I start further, I have dedicated this book. If you see page number 3, this book is dedicated to all those brave cookie warriors who fought against oppression and sacrificed their lives for cause of cookie pride. During the special foreword in this book, and when I discussed with him, he said it's an excellent book because no Indian Army campaigns have studied this. I hope people will study this. That's my request. And then there was a film which was being made. I have seen the rushes of the film. I was associated with this. I have written about this briefly. I don't know the reasons why it has been shelved. Whatever the reasons, please put aside your differences, close in the lines, and let the film be viewed by the world. The whole world of cooking will change everything. Small little differences should not come in why the picture should be shelved. I am talking as an outsider, as a neutral man, as an impartial. Our idea was to bring the book and the film together and release on the same day. And 17th October now has been declared as a, I think, restricted holiday in Manipur. It's a big achievement. We thought we can still do it. There is time. If the public wants, we can do it. And I, for one, in whatever little humble way, as a foot soldier, I can contribute, I will do it. And I have said why it is called victory in defeat is in spite of all the odds, in spite of the mighty British thing, the cookies had no resources, they had no organized army as such. All that they had was the grit, the determination to fight. They would not compromise because their dignity and pride was involved. So although they lost the war, they had won the hearts of so many people, and it was a moral victory for them. So even in defeat there was a victory. That's why the title Defeat is Victory, I thought. Now broadly, the book has is in 10 chapters. It has been written in very simple, understandable English so that majority is in a more like a story form. It is not a very scholarly, although it is research. It has taken me about 2 years go on. Because of pandemic, there were some problems. I could not travel. But I am grateful to a lot of my cookie friends, scholars, professors who have helped me in writing what I have. It is broadly made into 10 chapters, which has already been described. I won't go into the thing, right? So, introduction, the terrain, history, background about Burma Wars. What is new about the book is that there is a comparative military analysis. It's very unfair to analyze the British military power was so huge, they were ruling the whole globe, and the cookie who had their own traditional armies. But I still try to bring in some kind of a comparison. Then there is about operations, how the operation was planned, and then there is a military analysis. It is basically for those who are into the military, who are military analysts. And then there is a chapter on J.C. Higgins. You all must have known that J.C. Higgins was a political agent with the Maharaja, and he was calling all the shots. He was all in one. He came as a very young man, and he was here for 23 to 25 years. I have taken a lot of pains to study about him, get as many details as possible, and because his source of information about his background was very little. I have come to my own analysis. I have written about him. I don't know whether he's a villain or a hero. I leave it to you to judge. There is one full chapter on J.C. Higgins, which so far has not been covered anywhere. Then the rest. Okay. Now, however, the population of the Kukis is the lowest compared to the Mizo and Naga. Some Kuki youth who are part of armed struggle for Kuki land are waiting for their demands to be met. There is a serious issue that must be addressed on a priority. The community cannot afford their talented young men to languish in military camps any longer. For a small community like the Kukis, every life is precious.